Jim Bilbrey tells us in his own words about an event that changed his life forever and saved his daughter from a terrible death.
So he had this new one. He wanted to show it to us. Well, he showed the boys how you put the gunpowder in, you measure it, stick it in, you put the patch and the ball in there, shove it on down. Then he'd set this primer cap at the trigger mechanism where he'd drill a little hole in there or make the hole bigger and clean. And then he'd take it outside and fire it. So he had this new one, and he wanted to show it to us. My little daughter Carissa, she's about 5 at the time. Jeremy was probably 9 and Jason was 12. About 70 feet up the hill, he'd had set up a target. The target was made from an old box that had held a toy, and he'd flattened it out and put it up there. And Dad says, I need a bullseye for the target. I said, well, I got a business card, and I fished out a business card out of my pocket. Went on up the hill and stuck it on the target, which was setting against a small tree stump, a rotten tree stump.
Keep an eye on your shirt. Watch down there at the target this time. You can shoot this time. Plug your ears. Look at Grandpa. Look at that gun.
So he aims.
Plug your ears.
And the boys just, you know, they're holding their ears. He pulls the trigger, and the ball went boom. Shot through the air, hit the target, blew through it, blew apart part of the stump behind it, and ran through several saplings. It was an amazing amount of power for something so primitive. I couldn't believe it. And Dad said, well, I got one more ball to shoot. Who wants to try it now? Dad was good that way. He would let us learn by doing. He showed him how to clean out the rifle, how to measure out the gunpowder so you had just the right amount, pour it in neatly, and put the patch and the ball, and ram it down in there again. And we stood there, and Dad got ready. None of us thought about the fact that Carissa wasn't around. We figured she'd gotten bored. He put his finger on the trigger. Dad had the target lined up. Things got quiet. Suddenly, behind us came a wall of sound. There was a voice, but none of us had said it. It had presence. It pushed against us. And Dad took his finger off the trigger, and out from behind the target stepped Carissa. She had been, she said, looking through a hole in the target. Her head was where the bullseye was. The next bullet would have gone through there. And my knees just turned to water. Dad turned pale. The rifle came down. And automatically we knew instantly what would have happened to her if she hadn't stepped out from behind the target, or if the voice hadn't happened. It was a miracle that my little girl was not dead. She would have been gone. We wouldn't have had Carissa anymore. Now Carissa is 14 at this time, soon to turn 15. She's a poet with great wisdom. I'm so grateful we have Carissa with us. We know that what happened was a miracle. I don't know what else to call it.
What was that sound the Bilbreys heard? Who called out to them in that voice like thunder that told them Carissa was in danger? The Bilbrey family will tell you